After day one and day two of the NFL draft, we seen the Baltimore Ravens snag two premier players for their defense. I'm here to let you know that Malakai Starks and Mike Green will be game changers for the Baltimore Ravens this upcoming season. Y'all know I'm going to talk about it and break it down right after this.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into another episode of NFL Central, your number one spot for everything NFL. I'm your host here, Bobby. And if you're tuned in with me today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. But yes, you have heard it, and you heard it correctly. Malakai Starks out of Georgia and Mike Green out of Marshall, two players that the Baltimore Ravens selected in this year's NFL draft, will be game changers for the Baltimore Ravens defense. Now, I know it's going to be some people like, well, I thought the Baltimore Ravens defense was decent. That's exactly correct. Decent. But I believe these two young fellas will come in for the Baltimore Ravens, and Malakai Starks and Mike Green will have a tremendous impact for the Baltimore Ravens defense. We know that the Baltimore Ravens this past season had a heartbreaking loss in the divisional round versus the Buffalo Bills in a close one, 27-25 victory for the Buffalo Bills. And to be quite frank with you, it seemed like both teams was just throwing haymaker after haymaker, but what you absolutely need and what it has been, rest assured that you need a defense that can rise to the moment, to the occasion, and show up in big time moments to help you secure wins when it comes down to playing for all the chips. This ain't the NBA. This is the NFL. There's no 7 games in the series. It's one game and winner takes all. And we know that the Baltimore Ravens suffer heartbreak in that loss versus the Buffalo Bills. But this year in the 2025 NFL draft, the Baltimore Ravens came out of day one in that first round first, getting the best safety in the NFL draft, Malakai Starks out of Georgia. This young fella, last season with Georgia, 77 total tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 1 interception, 3 pass deflections. And if you just simply watch how this man plays, he has great ball coverage. He has great ball skills. He's able to come down and drop down in the box to help out with run support, and is an athletic safety that can provide a lot of stability and have an impact early on with the Baltimore Ravens. And then in day 2, facing all the criticisms, going through all the off the field stuff, Mike Green handling his business off the field. And now you see Mike Green get selected in the second round by the Baltimore Ravens. And if we call it how we see it in the second round, hey, I didn't see Mike Green being there. But outside of Abdul Carter, me personally, I felt like Mike Green was the next best pass rusher on this draft board, and the Baltimore Ravens was able to snag him up, push all the off the field stuff to the side, at least for the moment, and say, hey, you can come in and be a game changer for me. Last year in college at Marshall, 719 total snaps played, 17 sacks, 10 QB hits, and 32 hurries for Marshall. Mike Green is absolutely a monster, and that's why I believe Malakai Starks and Mike Green will be able to come in and have an immediate impact on the Baltimore Ravens defense, who, though they did only rank 9th in total points scored versus their team, but they had a lot of problems in other areas. 31st in yards allowed. They allowed 11.3 yards per catch and 7.2 yards per play. 54 total sacks on the season. And when you go ahead and you add up Mike Green, you can very well eclipse that 54 sack total again. And then when you shore up that back end with a talent like Malakai Starks on the back end, you give yourself ample opportunity to make sure you crunch all those numbers down to where this defense potentially could be. The Baltimore Ravens defense could potentially be a top 5 defense this upcoming season already in helping that explosive offense that Lamar Jackson and those boys have been putting together for the last 2 seasons. And then you talk about Mike Green coming on to the team. You talk about Malakai Starks coming on to the team. You pair that with other defensive guys and stalwarts that's already on your team to provide good veteran leadership and good play already in a Roquan Smith and then the Monday and Bach. And then the mighty my excuse me, guys, excuse me. But you add that with Madubuke. There we go, Madubuke, Namadi Madubuke, and Marlon Humphreys. You find yourself in a good position to be a top 5 defense to pair with an explosive offense if you're the Baltimore Ravens. I know that loss this past season hurts them, and at some point, we got to see the Baltimore Ravens get to an AFC championship. At some point, me personally, I want to see Lamar Jackson be able to play in a Super Bowl. But it's not up to me and what I'm hoping for. It's up to those guys on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball for the Baltimore Ravens. But I very believe they had an outstanding draft. They went out there and they got 2 of the best prospects that they can absolutely get. And that's why I think that Malachi Starks and Mike Green will be outstanding contributors this upcoming season for the Baltimore Ravens. Just wanted to hit you all with some quick thing that we noticed during this draft. There will be more quick hitters coming out for me and Steve-O about certain things that took place in the draft. So make sure y'all lock in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure y'all stay tuned in, man, because we got a lot more coming for y'all so y'all can enjoy and we can have these discussions on how you necessarily feel. Now, before we get up out of here, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop your thoughts down below. We are the #1 spot for everything NFL. I'm your host here, Bobby, holding it down for this quick hitter for y'all. Hey, make sure you always love football, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.